Archives. There might be some information in the archives that could help us not be so crazy, maybe. Maybe. Okay. Again, I'm glad they're going with bug sounds because they don't scare me. Like other things might. Is there anything in there? Nope. What about you? Nope. And no. This guy again. Oh, hey, a note.
16th of May, 1839. The unflinching African sun has continued to plague our expedition, making it impossible to dig until dusk. How Professor Herbert managed to find the location in these vast plains of nothingness remains a mystery to me. When I asked him about the tomb again, he told me about the legend of Tin Hanan, the mother of us all. An interesting story in its own right, but I can't help feeling there's more. Later that evening, we uncovered a passage beneath the dunes leading to a sand-covered stone structure. The professor was confident it was the tomb we sought and ordered the others to clear the way late into the dark, cold night. Tomorrow, I shall lead the men into the ancient structure, hoping to reach the burial chamber. No matter what the professor is keeping from me, the dig should yield something interesting to take back to London and the British Museum.
Okay. So we are potentially looking for an artifact here. But we are no closer to finding the inner sanctum. Stay open. Is there a light I can light? I'm like terribly afraid of that happening. Fuck me. Nothing there. Fuck. Into the light. I think. Yeah, I think that's me going crazy because it's dark in there. I have no more lantern light. I fucking wasted it all. Okay. Oh, I'm all on edge again. Hey, there's light in this room. What? Did somebody call for me? Oh, hey. There we go. Nope.
17th of May, 1839. My hands tremble as I write. I feel a need to document my tribulation, for I fear that my memory will fail me if I linger. Today, I took some men and ventured into the dark, ancient passage we uncovered. Our torches burned faintly in the murky air as we slowly made our way underground. The men were superstitious and fearful. They argued loudly, and I felt their strange language getting to me. I mustered my strength and yelled at them to continue down the slopes and broken steps. The crudely carved passage confused me. It looked much older than the 4th century structure we had expected. The twisting path emerged into a great antechamber. The walls were lined with statues unlike any I'd ever seen. Despite their unearthly quality, I felt a strange familiarity toward them, which haunts me still. At the far end of the chamber, a great slab of stone sealed off whatever lay ahead. I gave the order to raise it, and as I pushed through the narrow space, the heavy stone suddenly dropped, sealing me inside. I was trapped.
Oh, that does not sound good. Alright, Daniel. It sounds like we only have ourselves to blame here. We unearthed something bad. Oh, clothes. Okay. Huh? Part of me expects, like, this to be a door or something. Nope, just random books that can be moved. Oh, very dark. Is there a place for a light? Right there. Cool. No, 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 no. What? Fuck. I only have 3 of these left. I need oil. Okay. There's light over here. There we go. Okay, I think I'm getting used to that mechanic a little. Whoa! Ah! Fuck! Fuck! Fuck me! Fuck! I can't play the piano anyway. Yeah. Okay, I need more lantern oil, man. Fuck. What? Are you trying to talk to me, painting? Man, sometimes I look at something and I'm not sure if the room is moving or if, like, that painting is or whatever. It's the room. Oh, that's, it's already well lit in here. I don't want to waste it. Oil! Yes, oil. How is it? No, this is well lit enough to not go crazy. Oh, it isn't, actually. Alright, those are probably the maps to the place. Probably shouldn't have gone with a familiar staircase. Oh, what do we have here? Oh! Oh! Shit! 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 Fragile but not breakable by hand. Chair? Try throwing a chair at it. Hey, that worked. Cool. Okay.
You have to be swift when you activate the first one. You hear that? If it stops, you'll have to start over.
Isn't all this a bit excessive?
You can never be too careful, Daniel.
That one sticks out. How come I can't light my frickin' lantern? I think I understand this. Oil. Oh. Okay, cool. So I think I get this. I need to pull out these books. In... Oh, cool! What do we have here? The key! I forgot where we needed the key, but we have a key now. Wine cellar! Okay. You know, I like Zelda, where when you get an achievement, they go ba-da-ba-da, wrong game. Okay. Wilhelm. And this fool's errand my research long enough with their absent-minded handling of the human vessels. The sheriff is keeping a watchful eye on the forest and is killing my trusty servants. It's just a matter of time until they follow the trail to Brennenburg. I need to lock Wilhelm and his men up to avoid further investigation from the public. The wine cellar will therefore be sealed off until the matter has been handled. Either the king's men leave, or they will starve. Whatever comes first, they can rot for all I care. Maybe I will feed them some wine. It would, in a sense, solve both of my problems. Huh. I guess being stocked up full of wine isn't the worst punishment in the world. Okay, I'm learning more about this game. I'm actually pretty happy about this, and having a lot of fun with it. I noticed that if you go dark, it does light up for you. You're just like crazy for it. Ah, crap. I need to... That's the one. Allstadt and Brennenburg Castle, 1801. Another region rich with lore is Allstadt. Deep within the East Prussian woods, for centuries there have been stories surrounding the hamlet and its neighbor, Castle Brandenburg. The quiet forest-clad mountains dressed with scattered lakes is a picturesque as can be, albeit the area is haunted by the dark. Ask any local and you will hear proof of widespread superstition. All travelers should indulge themselves in such conversations, since it will certainly serve as an exciting form of entertainment. All of them have their own twists and tales, but there is some motifs that are reappearing. The Gatherers. This story reaches all the way back in time of the 30 Years' War. It is said that soldiers who adorned their duty got lost in the cold, dark woods and were forever damned to roam the grounds. Their bodies, wrought by their tainted souls, have left them disfigured and empty of essence. Many have cited them over the years and described them as a horrid revenants. They moved silently through the woods, shying away from any beholder. They are called gatherers, as they seem to follow some ambition to steal living creatures. It is their prey which can be heard struggling inside damp burlap sacks dragged behind them, which reveal their presence. What dark scheme do they follow? A visit undone. Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa, the well-known erudite, visited Allstadt at the start of the 16th century. He resided in the local inn and for a fortnight as he looked for remnants of kingdoms past. During his stay, all the prominent members of society paid notice, and he is mentioned in many records of the time. One day, he went to investigate a burrow in the northwestern glades, only to be never seen again. Heinrich is known to have passed away in Grenoble some 10 years later. He dismissed the notion of ever visiting Alstedt, which makes you wonder what really happened. Who was the mysterious man who visited this sleepy hamlet in the woods, and what happened to him? In the Baron of Brennenburg lives a reclusive life with his family at the castle nearby, Alstedt, and like most of those noble birth, rumors are inherited alongside the title. Researching the history reveals little before the castle was consumed by fire in the late 16th century. It was rebuilt by Alexander, a nobleman from the Rhinelands, claiming the role as protector of the Prussian state. Alexander helped the region to flourish and remain popular throughout his presumed lifetime. The family has always been secretive when it comes to lineage and heritage. Therefore, the birth and death of Alexander and his offspring have never fully been recorded. This has fed the idea that the Baron is in fact one of the same who come from the West over 300 years ago, lived through the time of occupation, and joined the coveted Order of the Black Eagle along the great leaders of this country. That is interesting. Wait, was there more glowy stuff? No. I don't think that's where I came from, is it? No, I came from here. Should I? I will. That's too dark. I'm starting to go crazy. Alright, but there's light, like, right around the corner here. Cool. Man, it is dark over there. That won't budge. What if I'm behind that other part? I wonder if that's the main area. Okay. No, stay open. Oh. Thank you. I liked the music. Did not stay. Okay. Okay, so I got some more oil. That's very good, actually. Alright, that's the history. Oh, fuck, I can hear footsteps behind me again. I don't like that. Oh! Oh, shit! What the fuck is that? That was... I saw that. That was not a silhouette. That was a person. That was like 50s style British expedition person from Indiana Jones. Holy shit. Oh. Okay. Well, I think this is where I came from anyway, so let's go! Ah! Uh-oh. I don't know what I'm doing, I'm going to die. I feel feel very not great. There is sunshine. I don't know what. Oh. Handful of sand trickled crumbling stone ceiling and pushed down the brim of his hat. He braced himself as the cavern was something. Ah! What? Oh boy. Okay. We did go down there already. You shut up, Wind. You shut up. Okay. We'll go down here. Oh, gross. Really? Really, house? Can't be torn by hands or tools. Oh boy, oh boy. Ah, motherfucker. I have to go to the wine cellar, don't I? To the wine cellar!